Tonight we're going to have a look at a golden oldie. This is the National Panasonic R-3000. Now this came out in a number of variants. This one's just the RF3000. There was the RF3000 with FM, and there was the RF3000A, which was an AC/DC model. This one was primarily for Australasia. It has no FM band, but 4 shortwave bands in its place. Alright, let's open it up. It's got a front cover, and that reveals a very nice radio. Just to go through, you've got a tuning meter there, your band, your dial arrangements there, so you've got long wave, medium wave, and 4 shortwave bands there. On-off switch with a little bezel to show whether it's on or not. I'll just turn that off, like that. Separate bass and treble controls, and these are very interesting in as far as you can see there that they have a little needle that indicates your level of bass and treble. Again, with the treble there. And here you've got an interesting, a very handy control. Fine tuning. Now, I don't know whether you can see it there. I'll just come in close. Long wave is from 150 kilohertz to 400 kilohertz. Medium wave is 520 kilohertz to 1610 kilohertz. Short wave 1 is 1.6 to 4.5 megahertz. Shortwave 2 is 4.5 megahertz to 10 megahertz. Shortwave 3 is 10 megahertz to 20 megahertz. And shortwave 4 is 20 megahertz to 30 megahertz. Now, the station we're on is around about, we're on shortwave 1 at the present moment. We're at about 3.38 or something like that megahertz, and it's a pretty distant station. I'd say it's Papua New Guinea. It's got a frame antenna, which was fairly common with Panasonics of this vintage. You've got a world time map there and a time calculator there. Let's just take that front panel off there, which is removable, and we'll just turn the radio around. On this side you've got a tuning dial and your wave change switch. Just coming around a bit further, here you've got some, just trying to see this through the you've got an external antenna, external earth, you've got a record out socket, a phono socket, and an EP socket, which I'm not quite sure of. As you can see, there's 6-band National Panasonic model R-3000, 6-band 12 transistor 4 diode, and it also gives you the frequency coverage there. This here is actually for would have been used in the A model, the R3000A, and that's where you stored your AC power cord. But in this instance, I'll just open it up if I can. You can see nothing was ever added. So it was only the Model A that had the provision for it's going to be hard to get in there. No, there it goes. Only had the provision for AC. Underneath here you've got your batteries that take 6 D cells. Fairly hefty radio. Excellent audio on it. And some models actually have twin speakers I think this one has. Looking at the circuit diagram, it certainly indicates twin speakers on it, and I imagine that that was primarily they added those for that extra fidelity for FM. Okay, let's just duck down along the oops, wrong way. You can hear there's plenty. Unbelievable performance on medium wave. Two IF stages and an RF. So that's and large ferrite rod antenna. So there's plenty of stations there to be heard. I'll just turn the volume down a little bit. And
no, so the allusion to,
as I said, superb audio for an AM radio. Nothing much happening on long wave in Australia. You'll get some aeronautical beacons there, but it's good. As I said, it's got good shortwave coverage, and having the provision of fine tuning there makes tuning around the shortwave bands a little bit easier to do. All right. There is the National Panasonic R-3000. Now I'm just interested, I think the one with FM, correct me if I'm wrong, is the RF3000, and as I said, it's got FM, long wave, medium wave, and only 3 shortwave bands, and that was primarily bought out, I think, for probably the Japanese market and also the US market, and maybe the European market as well. But here in Australia, we didn't get commercial FM radio until the mid 1970s. So this is around about 1968, 67 vintage. So there wasn't any need to supply FM on the Australian version, which is a shame in a way because, yeah, just out of interest.
Putting local businesses creates.
Well, there it is. You can probably just hear it there. 909 kilohertz, China. All right, well, there we go. I hope you've enjoyed this rather brief look at the National Panasonic R-3000. Very sought after receiver, primarily for the quality of the audio, and beautifully built radio, and definitely worth picking up if you ever come across one. But as I say, you'll more than likely come across the one with the FM. This one seems to be a little bit rarer than the one with the FM. Okie doke, until next time, cheers.